Australia has made a decision on its future general purpose frigate. Quote, following a rigorous and competitive tender process, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Mogami class frigate was assessed as the best able to quickly meet the capability requirements and strategic needs of the Australian Defence Force, ADF, unquote. This requirement was spelt out in the Defence Strategic Review, DSR, see separate briefing link below, which recommended that the Royal Australian Navy's future service combatant force be split into tiers, with Tier 2 including new general purpose frigates under Project C3000. The new general purpose frigates are to be equipped for undersea warfare, local air defence, and a small number of anti-ship missiles. A major requirement in the project is that the frigates have a base crew of 90 to 100 or 120 personnel when helicopters are embarked. To speed their entry into service, the first 3 frigates will be constructed in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries' 2 yards in Japan, with the rest at the Henderson shipyards in Western Australia. Subsequent vessels built in Australia may feature greater modifications, such as the Australian CEA radar and 9LV combat system. The first Australian vessel is to commission in 2029. G'day and salutations. Today's briefing, Mogami New FFM, why Australia chose it. This briefing will look at why Australia chose the Japanese Mogami FFM from Mitsubishi Heavy Industries over the German MEKO A-200 from Thyssenkrupp Marine Systems. A shout out to members and thank you to those who have subscribed. Firstly, some background. Under Project C3000, Australia is to acquire up to 11 general purpose frigates, which will replace the ANZAC class frigates and enlarge the Tier 2 force. Currently, Tier 2 vessels consist solely of the ANZAC frigates. Originally a class of 8 vessels, they are now down to 7 in service, further reducing to 6 in 2026. With a length of 118 metres and a displacement of 3,600 tonnes, they are equipped with 8 VLS cells, often quad-packed with 32 ESSMs for point defence, 8 slant-launched Harpoon anti-ship missiles, and have a crew of up to 180. The C3000 frigate competition came down to the German MEKO A-200 and the Japanese Mogami New FFM. The new frigates will be optimised for anti-submarine warfare, with their VLS cells focused on a limited number of point defence surface-to-air missiles and with some degree of maritime and land strike capability. The version of the MEKO offered was the A200 and not the A210. See my earlier briefing on this competition linked below. The German MEKO A-200 is a modernised and evolved version of the original MEKO 200 on which the ANZACs are based. The A-200 can easily be equipped with Australia's CA phased array radar and Saab's combat management system, both of which are already utilised across a range of Australian naval platforms, including the ANZACs and Canberra classes. The MEKO has a length of 121 metres, a displacement of 3,700 tonnes, is equipped with 16 VLS cells, 8 slant-launched anti-ship missiles, has a crew of 120 and a range of 7,200 nautical miles. The version of the Mogami offered is the new FFM or upgraded Mogami, the first of which are currently under construction and planned for delivery to the Japanese Maritime Self-Defence Force in 2028. This is an evolution of the Mogami 30 FFM shown here. The Mogami class has a stealthy design and is a multi-role vessel, including the ability to conduct mine warfare operations. The new FFM has a length of 142 metres or 466 feet, a beam of 17 metres or 56 feet, and a standard displacement of 4,880 tonnes, rising to 6,200 tonnes full load. It has a CODAG or combined diesel and gas propulsion layout with a maximum speed of 30 knots and a range of 10,000 nautical miles. Apart from reduced crewing of only 90, Mogami offers a long life of type of 40 years, reducing lifetime operating costs. Primary armament includes a 127mm gun, a 32-cell Mark 41 strike-length VLS, together with 8 naval strike missiles, NSMs, and 6 anti-submarine warfare torpedo tubes. A prominent feature is the distinctive stealthy Unicorn integrated communications mast. It is also equipped with a CRAM point defence missile system mounted above a hangar for a MH-60 Seahawk anti-submarine warfare helicopter, and can deploy unmanned surface and underwater vehicles for mine warfare missions. As part of its ASW suite, it is equipped with both variable depth and towed-array sonars. The Mogamis will be joined by the other component of the future Tier 2 force, the large optionally crewed surface vessels, of which 6 are planned. These will be the same vessels that are selected by the US for its large unmanned surface vessel program, which is envisaged to be up to 90 metres or 300 feet in length, up to 2,000 tonne displacement, and equipped with 32 VLS cells, principally equipped with anti-ship and land attack missiles. These 2-tier vessels support the Tier 1 ships, currently 3 Hobart-class air warfare destroyers. At 147 metres in length and displacing 7,000 tonnes, they are equipped with 48 VLS cells, which are to be modified to also launch Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles. They also have 8 slant launch for Harpoon anti-ship missiles, which are being replaced by the naval strike missile. The Hobarts are joined by the other Tier 1 ships, the 6 future Hunter-class anti-submarine warfare frigates. At 151 metres in length and displacing 8,800 tonnes, they are equipped with 32 VLS cells and 8 slant-launch naval strike missiles. Now, one of the criticisms of the Hunters is its small number of VLS cells, but this is not to change as a result of the Defence Strategic Review. The Hunters are to enter service starting 2034, with the last ship commissioning in 2043. In summary, the 2 candidates provided quite different vessels, with TKMS offering a solid, proven design with low risk, and MHI a very modern, cutting-edge variant of a class just now entering construction. It should be noted that the Mogami New FFM is significantly larger than the MEKO A-200. In terms of weapon systems, both proposals offer a 127mm gun, 8 anti-ship missiles, a close-in weapon system or point defence missile system, and a hangar for a Seahawk anti-submarine warfare helicopter. The Mogami, however, is to be equipped with 32-cell VLS compared to the MEKO's 16 cells. The Mogami is also quoted as having a range of 10,000 nautical miles versus the MEKO's 7,200, with a greater range being particularly important for Australia. While not stated, it is possible that the mine warfare capabilities of the Mogami also influence the decision, given how an adversary would likely deploy mines to impede Australian access to Southeast Asian waters. However, it is in the area of combat and sensor systems where the greater risks lie with the Mogami compared with those employed by the MEKO, which offered systems already in service with the Royal Australian Navy. Beyond strict capability metrics, the comment that the Mogamis could more quickly be brought into Australian service was likely very significant, given the state of the ANZAC frigates they are to replace. While on the face of it, the Mogami being 20% more expensive on initial acquisition seems significant, the stated lower life cycle costs, at least in part due to lower crew numbers, would have been a significant factor. More generally, the Australian government has been increasing defence and security engagement with Japan, including in high-end exercises. It is also not the first time Australia has shown interest in Japanese naval platforms. Indeed, both countries are seeking to enhance engagement in defence and space capabilities and broaden overall strategic cooperation. Additionally, the value of operating the same ships together in operations, even though equipped with different weapons, would also bring advantages, in particular logistics support. In terms of when the new frigates will be delivered, the first 3 ships will be built offshore to the same specifications as the Japanese ships, starting to enter service in 2029-2030. The next 3 are to be built to a slightly modified design at Henderson shipyards in Western Australia, to be followed by an additional 5 further modified ships. If the full total of 11 Mogamis is procured, the Royal Australian Navy will have a very good number of very capable multi-role frigates, capable of very effective operations in both the littoral and blue water environments. Might the outcome have been different if TKMS had offered the MEKO A-200 version instead? As a side note, it will be interesting to see which vessel New Zealand chooses to replace its ANZAC class frigates. That concludes today's briefing. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share, and don't forget to click the notification button so you don't miss the next briefing. You never know what it'll be about. Happy to take suggestions for future briefings from members. Until next time, Vale de Sere.